while at AHR, there was a lot of people that were at the Ambro booth asking questions, and sometimes some of my technicians ask questions. I've had this Ambro set, this one right here, for about 8 months now, and I've used it several times. The biggest complaints that I normally hear about it are, hey, it doesn't braze very well, some kind of issue going on. And usually it's because, I don't know, people don't know how to read. They don't read the instructions on setting it up. When it comes to oxyacetylene, which a lot of us are used to, some of us use B tanks or turbo torches. Not my thing, not my cup of tea. I am not big on turbo torches. So what I found is everyone that has a complaint about it is their complaints are, one, the oxygen doesn't last long enough, or they run out of gas too quickly, or two, it doesn't get hot enough. And most of the time it's because they're trying to run it set up as a normal oxyacetylene rig, which normally we keep our acetylene at 10 psi and our oxygen at 20. At least that's how I do it. Now, with the Ambro, they say to run your oxygen at 60 psi and your MAP gas at 7 psi. The biggest thing about that is I found that 40 psi works best, but I will also say that there are other issues with the Ambro as well. The reason why I even purchased the Ambro in the first place was it seemed convenient because it was compact and everything. This is the case that it comes with. I mean, it's cute, but I'm trying to consolidate and make as much space as possible, and that's ultimately my goal, is to make more space. So with this torch carrier, which I never once used, I was wind up using a backpack. I used the backpack that is for like laptops, and I kept the bottles where the laptops were. Well, I saw on Vito's page one time where someone said someone had an oxyacetylene kit in a Vito bag. And I was like, huh, that's kind of cool. So I got the M4B4 bag, which has proven to be a very good bag. I mean, this weighs less than your standard torch kit. So you have your standard torch kit, which, I mean, in reality, this thing, it's not as heavy as people think it is. Whoa, what just fell? The biggest downfall to a full-size torch kit is the weight, right? We have a lot of weight right here. So let's compare the weight differences. Now, obviously, the Vito bag weighs a little bit to begin with, but this right here weighs a lot less than this right here. So, I mean, trying to do this is not that easy. That's the major advantage to having the Ambro torch kit. So let's find the weight differences between these two. We'll start with your standard oxyacetylene torch rig. I know they make smaller carriers that are just the tank and stuff, but you take your standard oxyacetylene rig, and that weighs 36 pounds, 12 ounces, right? So then you take that away, and give a fair chance here. And the Ambro torch kit with the Vito bag weighs, as we can see, half that, right? So it's half the weight. That's kind of one of the biggest advantages to it. Now, Ambro does make their own proprietary backpack, bag, whatever you want to call it. I saw it at AHR. Some of the suppliers carry it, and you can buy it with the kit. I'm going to be honest, Ambro, not a fan of it. I understand your purpose of why it's so wide, because Ambro makes their own nitrogen tanks and stuff, and it's meant to fit that in there and stuff. I'm trying to get up ladders. That's the reason why I got this, for commercial roofs, for attics, stuff like that, where I don't need to carry a whole oxyacetylene kit up there. Now, I will say, if you're an installer and you're doing nothing but brazing, probably not the thing for you. It's probably going to be more of a service tech thing where you're going up on roofs and you're doing repair jobs, compressors here and there. I will say, having this kit for 8 months, and I've burned through 1 oxygen bottle, and I recently changed the bottle probably like a month ago, and I've done 4 complete walk-in changeouts with that 1 oxygen bottle, 2 compressors, a condenser changeout, and a couple leak repairs. And I got all that out of the 1 bottle, and then finally, when I was doing a walk-in, it ran out of oxygen. So I will say that if you're doing a lot of brazing, I would not recommend getting it, or I wouldn't recommend making it your primary source. Now, if you're doing something like, for example, so if you already struggle with brazing, obviously this is not the kit that you would want to use. You'll run out of oxygen way too quickly. Proprietary bottles, obviously. I'm sure someone out there will make a CNC adapter to go to the oxygen bottles that you can buy at Home Depot, such as this one right here. But the thing is, it really boils down to, if you're already good at brazing and you're looking for something compact and something that's easy to use, and you don't have to have a bunch of weight and you're trying to get in tight spaces, this is a pretty good product. So, like I'm saying, if you pair it up with the MB4B Vito bag and the Ambro torch kit, it makes it convenient to get up into spaces. I mean, you got this hook right here. You can hang this in your van. It's not going to tip over, fall over, and you don't have to worry about that anymore. But the nice feature with doing it with this MB4B bag is you have the backpack straps, right? I mean, this being on your back is not that bad. You barely tell the weight's there. And I mean, it kind of makes me feel like I'm wearing a jetpack, because I got these tanks and stuff in the back. And I mean, almost kind of like a Mandalorian. Wait, can I do that? Can I make... Hey, look at that. Now we're the Mandalorian. This is the way. Sorry, nerd moment for me. So obviously you guys want to see how it's utilized and stuff. We're going to cut up some copper. I'm going to swedge it out and show how its operation works and how it works when it's properly used. So let's cut up some copper and do that. And it's carrying that around. Makes a nice clean joint. Like I said, I'm only on my 2nd bottle, and I've had this thing for 8 months, and I've used it quite a bit. It's not a bad torch. It brazes pretty well. I have yet to have 0 issues, and all my technicians that have had issues with this, it has been because they're not using it correctly. So, I mean, we'll go up here, we'll just say you're patching a little hole. It works just fine. And like I'm saying, this is not for everyone. This is not the perfect product. Everyone has their preference. I personally think it's a great torch if you're just doing repairs, you're doing a lot of rooftop work and attic work. Now, if you don't go on the roofs a lot and you're not going into attics a lot, I mean, stick with your normal torch set. Great product though. There are some downsides. Proprietary bottle, obviously. You could probably find someone that will make you one adapter to go to the normal oxygen bottles that you can buy at Home Depot. Yeah, I mean, check it out. If you know someone that has it and they struggle with it, maybe have them check their settings, because that was set to 40 on the oxygen and 10 on my MAP gas. They recommend 60 and 7. I just found that setting right there works the best for me. Sometimes I'll run the oxygen at 50, but it does a great job of brazing, no issues. So yeah. If you don't subscribe to the channel or like any of the videos, please subscribe. Hit the like button, do whatever. Trying to grow the channel, trying to do more. I have more products I'll start doing videos on. I'm trying to grow this and make it better. I'll start recording classes that I teach so that way guys can get more information. And I hope you guys appreciate the review. Like I said, it's not for everyone. I'm not endorsed by Ambro. I'm not sponsored by them. They didn't pay for any of this.